Hi, my name is Ronnie and welcome to my channel. I am so happy to have you here. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell down below so that you can be notified when I post future videos. In this one, I'll be sharing my pictures and videos while I was in Belgium, and I will be talking about at the end some of my experiences and what God was teaching me throughout this trip. So without further ado, let's get into the pictures and video. Brussels, Belgium was an incredible place to say the least. It was extremely beautiful, and the many tourist attractions made it a great place for us to attract the attention of others and share Christ with them. For the first time, my mission trip team was able to use what we had learned at training camp, which was our dance and drama, to attract the attention of both tourists and locals alike. And I just wanted to start off by saying I am not a dancer, but being on this team where I was pushed to share Christ in a new way and learn this dance with my team was probably one of the most fun things I have ever done, and never did I ever expect to be a street performer anywhere, let alone all over Europe. And this was a great time to build the relationships with other members on my team as I performed with them, as well as just strengthen confidence in myself, because it was a huge confidence booster after just being able to do something that I never thought that I would ever do. So the purpose for us for attracting a crowd was so that afterwards or during the performances we could have conversations with those who were watching. So we had a dance team, and I was part of the dance team that would perform, and then there would be a separate group on our team that would be having conversations with people. And then we'd switch, and we'd have our drama team. They would perform, and we would be having conversations with people, and this was an extremely fun way to share the gospel. And normally we start off asking people just like if they had seen our performances, and then from there it just really depended on like who was sharing, like how they would take, what their next steps would be in sharing the gospel. So I know for the drama it was often easier because literally it was supposed to represent the resurrection of Jesus Christ and him forgiving us for all of our sins and everything. But even during the dance we had one Christian song that made it so that people could just start conversations or like even just explain why we were in Europe. Another cool opportunity that I had to share Christ with others was just through my service. We worked with an organization called Serve the City in Brussels, and with this organization our group was divided among like different places that they were already serving and that they regularly served. And so for me, I was sent to the Raphael Center. That was the place I went first, and this was actually an old hospital that was once owned by the Catholic Church, and it now houses like refugees trying to gain their papers either to go to like the UK or like often different places. Normally they weren't trying to stay in Belgium like long term. And then here we did a various number of things. We painted, we cleaned rooms, and then we also just like talked to people that lived in the housing and just like had good conversations with them. And it was a really great experience because all of them were very appreciative for the work we were doing, and it was just a lot of fun. And we got free t-shirts too, so that's always a plus. So the last day in Brussels we were able to work with Serve the City again, which was really great. And this time our whole team was together, and we were making sandwiches and like preparing just like brown bags with an assortment of food in them. And we went to, it's called Millennial Park, that's what it was. And we went there to hand out the food to different refugees. And this was probably the most eye-opening experience, arguably in all of Europe, that I had. It was just really incredible. We were able to hand out food on the way to the park, even just like homeless people that were on the streets. And then we were able to, at this park, hand out hundreds of bags of food and stuff to people, and that was really cool because a lot of them, like, you could tell that they were so appreciative of everything that we did, and we were able to have great conversations with them. And then later, actually, I was with one of our trip leaders, and we were trying to get everyone sort of ready to leave, but there was a long conversation going on, and we had joined this conversation, and the guys were like, it was so sad because these guys were literally like living outdoors on cardboard boxes in this park, but they were just like sitting on them, and they like patted the side of the box and like wanted us to come sit and talk with them and just like be part of the conversation that they were already having with some of the people on our team. And that was just really awesome, and I really loved that experience, and we were able to talk about our faith through that and just see what the other locals were, like where they were spiritually. So after our last day of serving, we were able to explore the city some in our small small discipleship groups, and I was given, I think it was 30 euros for me and my girls to all get dinner, and that was a really great experience, and we had a lot of fun with that. And I was able to get a Belgium soccer jersey, which I tried to get a jersey in just about every country, which I almost ended up doing. I think there's like one place I didn't end up doing that, and then I got those big sunglasses, and normally, like, before this trip, it was probably something I would have never worn and I would have probably been self-conscious of, but honestly, like, the trip as a whole, like, just how close I was with everyone, like, just helped me build confidence in myself, and just, like, especially being in Europe, a lot of people are willing to try different things fashion related, and honestly the big glasses are kind of just like a normal thing there anyways, or just like crazy funky sunglasses, so that was really cool to be able to do that. So I think the last thing, I mean, I could keep going on and on about things I learned and cool experiences, but one of the especially unique experiences that we got to have was actually when we were leaving on our train, when we were leaving to go to our next country, but we were still in Belgium. There was a conductor that talked to me and some of my friends on the team or whatever, and he invited us to come all the way to the very front of the train to be able to sit in like the driver's seat and be able to see all the controls, and that was really cool and something that was very unexpected, and our trip leaders were like very thankful for them to let us do that, because that was just like an added bonus experience, and it was especially cool because normally train rides are very long, so things like that just made it all the better. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have any comments or questions about my experience in Belgium, just feel free to drop them down below. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and like this video if you liked it. And in the next one, I'll be sharing my experiences in, you know what, I'll leave that be a surprise. Stay tuned, hit that notification bell so that you can see what that next video is.